So hey everybody, welcome back to Life with Zach. Today I'm going to talk about mowing with my Kubota Z231 BR48 zero turn mower. And in several of the other videos that I have released earlier, you'll find information about why I chose a zero turn, why I like the zero turn, why I chose this specific mower, the features about this mower, how it runs, how it works, the gas it uses, everything. I've talked about that in a lot of detail, including the most recent on some of the safety features. So I encourage you to check those out on my channel and subscribe if you are interested in hearing more about this mower and the other things that I review and information that I share. Or like or comment with any questions or anything you'd like for me to discuss in the future. But today I'm going to talk a little bit about how this mower mows, or more specifically, 5 things that I've learned about this mower in terms of mowing. So instead of focusing on the mower itself today, we're going to focus a little bit on the yard. Okay, so what are the 5 things that I've learned in terms of my yard and the way this zero turn mows it? So the first one is, and I've discussed this a lot, is just how quickly and easily this mower mows the yard. So prior to this, I had a Bolin 1988 Bolin 42 inch, 18 horsepower lawn mower, your typical lawn tractor. It did a great job, but it just took forever. It would take me 2 hours to mow everything. Now, with the zero turn, my 3/4 of an acre, the riding portion is maybe half an hour. The rest of it, 15 minutes, because not only have I reduced the amount of time it takes me to do the actual mowing, with the ride mower portion, I've increased what I can mow with a ride mower because the zero turn cuts so closer. The amount of trimming and stuff I have to do is reduced greatly. So the amount of time it takes and the amount of energy it takes. When I get off of this mower, because it takes less time and because it's a whole lot more comfortable and a much more comfortable ride, I just feel so much better when I get done mowing. Um, because I've talked about that, though, I'm only going to really briefly go through that, and I'm going to focus more on the second thing that I want to talk about today, and that's in terms of the directions that I mow the yard. So prior to this, I've always known that you don't mow your grass the same way each time, or it affects the way it mows and the way it looks, okay? However, with the old mower, when you got done mowing it, you could tell where you had mowed before, um, but it wasn't as prominent as it is with the zero turn. And I just mowed yesterday, but you can still see, it was a lot more prominent yesterday, the tracks and the direction that I mowed. So you can see that this mower really makes those tracks much more prominent than a regular lawn tractor. And I think that's because of the width of the tire, probably the speed you're going, the size of the deck, and the weight pushing down on it. My neighbor mows with a zero turn, and he doesn't have any special equipment. He's actually able to, because he has the time and does it right, make like the stripes like you see at baseball fields with his mower. I don't do that, but the one thing is, because it's much more prominent, um, I don't want the grass to be affected as much as it was with the Bolin. So what I have to do is basically do 4 different directions for mowing, so it doesn't get like ruts in the yard and other things. So I have to mow, basically, you can see this time diagonally this way. I'll mow diagonally the other way next time. And then there's side to side and up and down. And basically I have to rotate that each week that I mow. If not, basically the grass is just going to grow that in one direction, or it's going to be, ruts and stuff in the yard from where I've mowed. The old boat mower, I only did it 2 ways, so that has been a change, because this is more prominent, and I was really noticing only doing it, you used to do it up and down and side to side. I was starting to see a permanent pattern in the yard emerge, and I didn't want that. So just be aware of that in terms of the zero turn mower. All right. The third thing that I want to talk about that I've really learned with the zero turn is being able to control the grass that you blow. Okay. So because I guess in the difference in the horsepower of the mower and the size of the deck, this is 6 inches bigger than my old deck, and 4 horsepower more. Um, and the power that just goes into this deck has 3 blades versus the 2 in the old one. It really blows grass a whole lot more. Okay, so when I go around the mulched areas, I used to be able to basically do 1, maybe 2 passes around everything and not worry about it with blowing the grass away from the mulch. This time with this mower, you basically have to go 3 to 4 passes away in order to avoid blowing grass in the mulch. And I'll zoom in here, but you can actually see on the end of the house there between those bushes that are right there and the house, that is about a 4 pass area. In order for me to mow that and not blow grass on the mulch, I can do 1 time towards the house. The rest of those have to blow away. Okay, that has been and still is a big adjustment for me because I am not used to the grass blowing that much and having to basically reorient how I mow everything so that I can avoid putting grass in the mulch. And around some of the streets and stuff, to be honest, I still do. So that's something you're just going to have to think through is like, okay, this is the way I mow now. This is the way the zero turn is going to do it in terms of blowing the grass and everything. I've thought about, you can make changes to the mower, get things that keep it from blowing, but I don't want it to get clogged up under here. So I just live with that, and I live with the fact that when I get done, I'm covered in grass and the mower is covered in grass. Okay, there is a whole lot more grass on the deck just because of the amount of grass that's being cut and blown around. The fourth thing that I wanted to share is in terms of how well the mower does with any length of grass. Okay, so before with the old mower, I really had to watch how long the grass would get because if I didn't, then it would affect the ability of the mower to cut the lawn. Okay, so I had to mow it shorter, which if you know anything about lawns, the longer you can mow it, the better. Because I was afraid it would get too long, and it wasn't that it wouldn't cut it, but you would just feel the power and the speed and stuff that you were going at would be greatly reduced. With the zero turn, I don't have to worry about that. There's been sometimes this summer and early in the spring when, because of rain, I would go 10 days between mowing instead of 7, and the grass was long, and I would say that this mower never missed a beat. It basically took that all, and it was like I was mowing grass this length. Okay, so you don't have to worry about mowing and how much grass you're going to produce because this will cut, I would say, grass almost of any length, okay, without getting bogged down, without anything happening to it because of the power that's built into this mower. All right, so that has allowed me to mow it at the highest setting, 4 inches, that this mower will go, and then I don't have to worry about it the next week about it being too long to cut. All right, so I've been really impressed, and I've really been able to enjoy the fact that I'm able to cut the grass taller and don't have to worry about it being long when I mow. Don't have to be as panicked as I was before. The final thing that I'm going to say is that I've learned about mowing with this mower is just the flexibility that it has in it and the fine controls that you've got. So we'll swing back around here to the mower. With these handles here providing your steering, one on either side, this mower is really able to turn almost on a dime. Okay, so that means I'm able to cut so much closer to everything, which we already talked about, but it also means that I really have to be on top of it when I'm mowing, constantly adjusting where I have the handles, bring it back and forth to left. The old mower, you just hold the steering wheel and you're going straight. But this one, it gives you finer control, which I love, but you also have to watch it more. So you're constantly using your brain and adjusting things so that you can get the mower done correctly. All right, so there's 5 things I've learned about this mower. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment with anything, and have a great day.